I think this season, is the best example of what this club and this team is about, and the resilience, the character, and how we have overcome so many difficult situations. And even though we have won a lot of games, that we are still in good positions in the biggest competitions, we're still not satisfied.
When I was researching for this, the two words that I kept seeing over and over for Arsenal this season were one you've already mentioned, resilience, and the other one was adaptation. Would you say they're two words that have really summed up Arsenal this season?
I think so, because we've been through a lot of the things that were impossible to plan. But I think the word that we use is win in any context. That's what this team is made of, that it doesn't matter what they throw at us, what happens, and we always have the mentality that we're going to be able to win it and find a way to be better than the opposition and get the result that we want. We are very disappointed that we haven't won the Premier League this season. Take the opportunity as well to congratulate Liverpool, because I think they merit and they've been incredibly consistent, good. The availability has been incredible from the top players as well, and we're not able to do it, so now we have to finish the season as high as possible.
That availability point you mentioned there, is that something that you feel has held Arsenal back this season?
100%.
Yes.
I think
Confirmed.
I was waiting for the players to finish the warm against PSG at home, and before the match I was walking through the tunnel, and then I see 7 players lined up there. 7 players.
Not in their kit, in their home post watching.
And those players are Tomiyasu, phenomenal defender, someone he does a lot in the back line. Next to him, it was Calafiori, a player that is a starter, that we just signed him. He's been out for 5.5 months. Gabriel Magalhaes, one of the main leaders in that dressing room, the best defender. Thomas Partey, our starter 6, out of the game. Kai Havertz, our starting number 9, 4 months out. Gabriel Jesus, when we brought him back to life and he was shining and doing, he's out now for 8, 9, 10 months, I don't know how long. Jorginho, another player with huge experience to play this kind of game. 7 players of that caliber out. We are where we are. I said, this team is something special.
Sure.
But you've handled it and you've dealt with it. And do you think
which is a miracle,
those kind of challenges sets you up well for a night like next Wednesday in the Champions League?
100%. Because we've been able to do that, to compete, and still the margins against them were tiny small. Tiny small. I'm very confident that we're going to do it.
How much are you personally looking forward to going back to Paris? I think it's your first time there as manager.
I can't wait.
You said you learned a lot when you were there about wanting to be a coach. Is that the case, and why?
Well, because I was so young, I had a lot of experienced players around me that they really look after me. The first one was the manager. He gave me the opportunity, Luis Fernandez, to have my first professional experience that I will be grateful forever. And then because I learned so much about experienced players like Heinze, Pochettino, Letici, Ronaldinho, Kocha, Anelka, so many players.
GG.
I want to talk about some leaders in your team now. And a lot of people compare Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. But for you as manager, is it nice to have the different styles of leadership in your team?
100%.
And why? What do they complement each other?
Because, for example, Martin is not the most vocal one, but if you want a role model that represents the club, the values of the club, the work ethic, the consistency, the right behaviors, habits, is immaculate. It doesn't matter. If you win, lose, draw, rains, is December, September, if he's been a father, it doesn't matter. He's always there, leading by example. Declan is another kind of character. He's very vocal, very loud. He has a massive presence, and he impacts the game in a different way. I think if you ask a fan about an opinion about me, about a player when we have lost a game, and we had a really bad game, if you ask him in the first 5 minutes, the answer can be anything.
Yeah.
If you ask him after half an hour, I don't know. If you ask him after 3 hours having sit with his wife and have a good time, maybe the answer is different. 3 days later, different. 3 months later, probably completely different. So it depends when you ask and how you want to achieve.
Your players have spoken a lot about visualization. Is that something that you yourself use as a tactic?
I do, because I think at the end, what it gives you confidence, joy, is to believe that you are capable of delivering something that you are very passionate to do. And the more clear you are, more confident, more prepared you are, more you're going to enjoy.
So how do you use that? Is that something you talk to your players about?
Yeah, it is more something that we do more individually, because we need to understand which players are more open to do it And then how you install slowly certain things that I think can be very powerful for the team.
Before a big game like next week, will you lead with emotion or with tactics?
I think we would have time to discuss all of it,
But
depending on when and how you feel, when is the right moment to talk certain things and other things.
in the changing room before the game?
Normally there are two moments. One that is tactical in relation when we have the lineup and the final touches, what we want to do, and then emotional for sure.
Do you enjoy this part of the season?
I love it
Why? Is it your favourite part?
because I love winning and the silverware is very close.
Still having something to play for in May, is that pressure or is that progress?
I think that's joy. I mean, that's what we want to be when we start in May to prepare the next season, in June to start to prepare the pre-season. That's the reason why we do it.
And I get the sense from you and listening to so many of your players this week, you have no doubt that you can go to Paris and get a result.
Yes, for sure.